Hello everybody, Johnny here from $1.andthehero.com on day 23 of the revolution. Just a quick video. I want to touch on two subjects tonight. One is a video by Noam Chomsky. The name of the video on YouTube is called BBC Interviewer Gets Schooled on Media Propaganda. And on that video, Noam Chomsky talks at around the 16-minute mark. It's about a 30-minute video about manufacturing consent and what that basically is. And it's a really, really good interview. And lets you know how it is that the media plays a big role on keeping the elites, as he would say in the video clip, how he keeps the elites in control of our society through showing some sort of a fake right side and left side and perspective on what's going on in our economy, in our world, in our country. And that the genius of it all, how they do this, is they, as he would put it in the video, set boundaries. These elites that control the media, that own the media, set a boundary as to, you can talk about this and you can talk about this from the far right, this from the far left, and nothing outside of this. Once you go outside of that, then you're shut down, you're not aired, you're not given a voice. And it's really important, because that, in combination of what Steve Grumbine in his new episode on the New Untouchables, called The Con, The New Untouchables, this is from Real Progressives, talks about the role of men. And let me tell you folks, we really, really got to watch this video. He's got it on video, and he's also got it in his podcast, Macro and Cheese. And they touch on how it is that the elites and the bankers use fraud to get rich, and they get people to lose their homes through a financial crash of 2008. The point in that video is about an hour long, but it's a really good video. The point in that video was it showed how it is that men rule our society. Men with a lot of money and a lot of wealth that really don't care nothing about the working class. It's a class struggle. So those are two videos that I highly recommend. Again, from Real Progressives, Steve Grumbine's new series called The New Untouchables on the Role of Men, and Noam Chomsky's interview. I don't know exactly when it was, maybe about a decade ago, because he's been at it for quite a while. The name of that video on YouTube would be The BBC Interviewer Gets Schooled by the media's propaganda. And this is Noam Chomsky. So watch those two, and you want to watch those two because you want to get a little bit educated about what's going on in our country and what this revolution is all about. The revolution. Again, the revolution takes into consideration that all political persuasions in America agree on just three things, at least three things. Number one, that we have no free and fair elections. Number two, that we deserve a vote on Medicare for all. We haven't gotten one, but we deserve one. We're not talking about you have to pass it. And number three, that the mainstream media should be a public utility, not owned by any individual or corporation, because it's that ownership that allows elites to manufacture consent. We're looking for amendments. Amendment for free and fair election, and amendment for the media. The one in the middle, a vote on Medicare for all. We're not looking for an amendment there, but we just want to vote. Because we know that if we get free and fair elections, we pretty much are guaranteed Medicare for all. Because now we have honest politicians doing what's right by the people, not doing what the oligarchs that put them in office want. Free and fair elections basically is this idea that we're gonna use the public purse, our money, our Congress, to finance campaigns for our government. As Lawrence Lessig very well put years ago, there are two elections in America. The first election takes place within the oligarchs, the rich individuals in America. They decide who they want, and then they put on in front of the TV, and for the people to vote, you take your pick between these two. And that's not a democracy, that's an oligarchy. And this is what we're fighting against. The smartness of wearing red and white. Folks, this revolution is strategic, it's thoughtful, it's nonviolent, and it's very, very powerful. And the thing about it is, and I would reiterate on every video that I put out there, is that it's really easy. It's not hard to do. If you want to raise in a month, if you go to your boss and you say, you know what, I deserve a raise. I've been an employee here for 7 years and I really would like to get a raise, you know, this is how you do it. This is how you do it, because by getting free and fair elections, we pass legislations to make it easier for you to get a raise, okay? And there are all kinds of things that they can do. It's not hard, just wear red and white. If you have an uncle, a brother, a cousin, an aunt even, a father that is a truck driver, tell them that it's really important that they understand that they are now starting to be looked at as national heroes, as the power that we the people have to gain our republic back from the oligarchs. That by them going on a general strike or just threatening the general strike would be enough to make sure that we get an amendment to the Constitution, 2 amendments. The garbage collector as well. If you have a brother, a cousin, an uncle, you know, that is a garbage collector, between those two going on strike, we get our republic back. A movement for the People's Party. I understand it's no longer a movement, it is now the People's Party. Mexico unseated a 70-year reign in the country, in Mexico, a right wing, and replaced him with a left-leaning president. They did it in 4 years. Nick, I believe his name is Bauer or something like Nick, from the leader of the People's Party, wants to do it here in America, and I believe he's getting really, really successful. I mean, he's really making inroads. But just in case, we already have, with the People's Party, we have the organization together and ready for a constitutional convention. If in fact the oligarchs and those in power want to call our bluff, want to call and see if we really are going to go on strike, we will be ready with a constitutional convention and call it. Each state gets 2 delegates. We go to a convention, we pass the amendment. And the difference between doing it this way and doing from what the Wolfpack has been doing, nothing to take away from the Wolfpack and the hard work that they've been doing. The difference is with this, with the People's Party in place, having the organization in place, and the people red and white, wearing red and white, and prepared to, and understanding that if we do actually are forced to go on a general strike, everybody stops working, everybody's focused on power. And that power is constitutional power that gives us the right, using Article 5 of our Constitution, to call a convention to amend the Constitution for the people. Okay, that's power. That's an army behind the vanguard, which is the garbage collectors and the truck drivers, to not demand, but use power to get a constitutional convention. It's that simple. All you have to do is wear red. So here's what you want to do. Make a video showing that you're wearing red. Wear a red bandana, white bandana, or this with red and white, right? Make a video of yourself placing a red bandana and a white bandana on the mirrors in your car, and tell everybody that you're doing this because we're in revolution. And to show the army, show the strength of the revolutionaries, you got to identify yourself, okay? You got to be able to be seen. Do it and tell everybody. Go to the $1thehero.com if you're inclined. If you yourself, or you can get 9 other people to go to the truck stops and go to the garbage collectors and give them the flyer that's on my webpage, $1thehero.com. You push that, and if you can get 3 groups of 10, you can do that in a rotating schedule where you could do it for another 6 months, 8 months, however long it takes, right? Copy this video. Do it yourself. Video yourself doing this, and ask your friends and family to do the same. And keep in mind that if you do not, because we are in revolution, and in revolution you pick sides. If you don't do this, what does it say about, number 1, your power, number 2, your courage, number 3, whether or not you believe in what's right and what's wrong, number 4, whether or not you're going to be a coward, or are you going to stand up and fight? Do it. It's that simple. Thanks.